Exercising my First Amendment rights with a cone, yeah.
On a public sidewalk?
Yep.
Yeah, but when you're screaming and yelling, you're also disturbing peace.
Well, it's my First Amendment right, ma'am.
To scream and yell?
To use my voice.
Yes.
It's my.
You're
It's.
using your voice right now.
Yeah.
I have an issue with that. But when you're screaming and yelling, you're disturbing someone else's peace. That's when it becomes an issue.
Well, what ordinance am I violating, ma'am?
I just told you.
Well.
Disturbing the peace. You can look it up.
Well, but, ma'am, I have freedom of speech to do this.
And no one's telling you that you can't say what you're saying. All I'm asking is for you not to scream and yell.
Well, ma'am, that is.
Absolutely right. If
Yeah.
you're talking like we're talking right now, by all means, continue to say what you would like to say. I have no problem with that. It is when you scream and yell and you start to disturb someone else's peace that it becomes an issue.
Well, ma'am, that's the First Amendment protects my right to raise my voice so people can hear me. And I've been doing this out here alone.
I can hear you just fine at this
But
level.
they can't hear me, ma'am. That's why I have to raise my voice.
Okay.
Say somebody was about to commit suicide, and the only way of interceding is to protest what they're about to do loudly from a distance away.
But we don't allow people to hurt themselves.
Well, you're allowing babies to be murdered in here, ma'am. You're allowing babies to be murdered in here. This is a crime scene.
I'm not allowing anybody
You're allowing babies to be murdered.
So obviously that's illegal.
Well,
It's a legal business.
So is Nazi Germany, ma'am.
Okay.
And
so I'm gonna just ask, because I'm not gonna get into this debate. Because, right, you have the way you feel, I have the way I feel. Has absolutely nothing to do with why I'm here. I'm just gonna ask that you please not scream and yell.
Okay.
Okay? Because again, that does become an issue with us because you are disturbing someone's peace. So that's all I'm gonna ask.
And if I don't comply with that?
Well, then I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when that occurs. Hopefully that's not the case. Because again, you have every right to be here. I know that. You have every right to say what you want to say.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
absolutely right. I'm just asking that you not disturb the peace while you do that. I think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair to the babies being murdered in here. Their peace is being violently disturbed right now.
But again, that has nothing. That is your belief.
Ma'am, it's a fact. It's a fact.
It's a belief.
Okay,
Unfortunately, it is. But again, I don't want to go down that route because we're gonna.
Well, that's why you're here. That's why I'm here.
And again, I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with you being here for those reasons. I'm just asking that you not scream and yell because you are disturbing.
And I'm going to politely decline because these babies need my voice. And unless you can give me an ordinance, a law that I'm.
The baby can't even hear you.
Well, hopefully their mom can hear me. Hopefully their mom can hear me, and their mom will choose to love their baby because she heard a preacher pleading for her baby's life. Right? A baby could be saved through my raising my voice. I'm gonna consider this, officer, and I want to be respectful to you, right, Officer Minks, M-I-N-K-S, and your badge number 216, right? Badge number 216. Officer Minks, I want to be respectful to you because you deal with jerks, maybe a lot, BLM, Antifa. I don't want to be a jerk to you. I want to be respectful. That I don't think about this. Okay, you may not believe this, but I do, as a Christian, that not just people, but children are being murdered here. So for someone who believes that, what's worse, someone's temporary peace being disturbed because they hear a preacher not even using a megaphone, raising his voice, or a baby's life could be saved. Maybe 2 or 3 children or more children could be saved because I'm pleading for their lives. Their mom hears me and walks out. What's more important, that they hear my voice and walk out and love their baby, or that this person doesn't have their peace temporarily disturbed by just my raising my voice, exercising my First Amendment rights?
Just as you have your choice to be out there, they have the choice to do whatever it is they choose to do.
And
so my point is, you want to talk about being respectful?
Yeah.
We're not being respectful because being respectful, all I'm asking you is not to be loud. That's it.
In respect for
respectfully declining, that's still not being respectful just because you're saying it in a nice way. I'm asking you to do something and you're still refusing to do it.
Ma'am,
it has nothing to do with being honest.
Let me ask you this. If police die on the job every day, right? For all you know, you may die on the job today. I might die doing this today. We all have an appointed time to meet God. If someone came over here and was going to try to kill you as an officer, would you want me to do everything I possibly could to try and stop them? Scream at them, stop, or try to intervene? You'd want me to do that. These babies,
legally.
Well, yeah, and this is legal for me to raise my voice and reach
Not
them.
when you're disturbing someone's peace. And just because I don't have the ordinance doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You have your handy dandy little phone.
You're welcome
there
to
that
look
I'm
it up,
sure
man.
If I were to ask you the ordinance, you could pull it up and find it for me. Do the same thing with disturbing
Well, ma'am,
the peace.
that's you're saying that I'm disturbing the peace. You're welcome to look up the ordinance. You're saying that I'm.
And so are you.
Well, ma'am, I'm not the one
I
bringing.
don't have to because I'm.
Well, actually, you're a public servant. You do serve. You serve me. You're a public servant. You serve the public, right?
Serve the community.
Yeah, and I'm part of the community. So are these babies, and
Babies
so
are not part of the community yet.
they
It's
are.
an opinion. It's an opinion.
Actually, Kansas
It's an
law
opinion
affirms
that
that.
I'm not going to go down with. I'm
And
not
that's-
going to go down that road with you.
Well, Kansas law affirms that they're part of the public. From the moment of fertilization, these are human beings.
Then
Kansas
it would be
statute.
illegal if that was the case, but it's not.
No, we affirm that humanity, but we also say it's okay to murder them, right? We know there's Kansas law statute 65-6732 affirms that these are human beings from the moment of fertilization. Even the Department of Health affirms these are human beings in the womb, but we allow them to be murdered. We are hypocrites and inconsistent in this country, but we recognize these are human beings. Everybody knows it, but they suppress the truth and unrighteousness, Romans chapter 1. And the First Amendment does allow you to disturb people's peace with your, they may not allow a megaphone in some cases, but I'm not using the megaphone. I'm raising
Why
my,
do you have it?
what's that?
Then why do you have the megaphone if you're not using it?
I know, I'm saying that,
I'm asking the question. Answer the question.
no, I don't have a megaphone with me. I'm using my voice.
It's in your hand.
I have a cone, this isn't a megaphone.
Okay,
But
then why do you have the cone?
to make my voice a little louder so these babies,
So you're using it as a megaphone,
Well,
as
it's not-
you would use a megaphone.
well, it's not,
Right?
it's like electronic amplification. I'm saying I'm not even using that. I'm using my voice with a
And
cone.
the megaphone,
And
or the cone,
and
however
the
you would
First
like to
Amendment,
say it. So,
and the First
I mean,
Amendment.
you just told me that you weren't using it, and now you're telling me that
No, I'm not using the megaphone. I'm using the
You
cone.
just said you were.
No.
Same thing.
Ma'am.
What does the cone do? It amplifies your voice. So
Yeah.
you're using it in the same manner that you would use an
No, a megaphone is much louder. This is quieter than a megaphone.
You were
But
calling from this place?
I don't know who called. Someone
Yeah.
called and
Yeah.
said that you guys are being loud.
yeah, well, praise God, being loud for little babies being murdered,
Okay.
and you're not
I've
protecting
already
them.
told you if we get another call, then we'll deal with whatever comes next.
Okay, well, you'll need to cite an ordinance that I'm violating.
Look it up.
Ma'am, you're the one bringing it up to me.
I am.
Please,
Right.
please do your job and look it up for me. ma'am.
I'm not going to look it up.
Okay, well then I'm not going to stop unless you give me an ordinance.
Again, do whatever you
Okay.
feel you need to do.
That's what- this is what I
There
need to do.
also is a law that you have to do what police ask you to do.
Unless-
when we give you a lawful order, you got to do it.
But you have to cite it.
I
You
don't have to
yes,
cite it.
Yes, you do,
No, I
ma'am.
don't.
Well, then what would your cite arrest me with?
I just told you, disturbing the peace.
What ordinance or law is that?
Look it up.
Ma'am, you're the one
Look it up.
citing it.
When I come back, and if you choose to continue, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I come back and you choose to go to jail or deal with whatever consequences it is at that time, I will give you the ordinance then. Okay? Right now,
After you cite me, arrest me, or before?
we'll see. Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. But right now, I'm not going to give it to you. I don't have it with me, so I can't give it to you.
Oh,
All I'm asking
ma'am, I've had
is
police
that you
out here.
Stop yelling.
Well, I'm not going to stop raising my voice, ma'am.
Perfect.
You've yet to give me a law or ordinance that I need to
But I've
follow.
given you a lawful order to stop this.
No, that's your request. That's not law. Your
It is.
request is not a law.
Again,
It is?
interpret it how you would like to interpret it.
Ma'am, you told me disturbing the peace. That is so broad. That's not a law or an ordinance.
But I
You have to cite it.
explained to you what your actions were doing that you're disturbing the peace.
Okay, well,
It's not broad. It's very
that's very broad,
specific.
ma'am. No,
it's
that's not
not.
specific,
Listen,
man. That's very broad.
I'll give you specific.
It's very broad.
Stop yelling and stop disturbing other people's peace.
Ma'am, my peace is being disturbed by these babies being murdered. My peace is
You
being
can
disturbed.
remove yourself.
I
if
can't,
you
ma'am.
choose to be here.
Yeah, 'cause
This is
babies
the
are being
truth.
murdered.
Okay,
Babies
so
are being
then
murdered.
The only reason that anything is disturbing you is because you're putting yourself in the situation.
Yeah, because Jesus
So
said to love
that's
your
a
neighbor
choice.
as yourself.
I'm not disputing it. It's a choice.
Yeah, and these babies don't have a choice as their skulls are being crushed, as their arms and legs are being torn off their
I'm not
body.
going to dispute that with you.
But you just don't want me to raise my voice so that their moms may choose to love their babies. Are we more concerned about someone's temporary
now,
peace being
yes.
disturbed
Yes.
than a baby being murdered?
Yes, because that's what I got called
Oh.
out here for.
So someone's temporary peace being disturbed is more valuable, more important than a baby's having his head cut off.
Today it is, because
Wow.
that's what I'm here for.
Would you say that Nazi Germany?
Okay,
Someone's peace
I'm not
being
going to dispute anything else. So
Wow.
I've asked you, I've given you, you continue to do what you want, and we'll go from there, and
Okay.
it is what it is. So
Okay,
thank you.
well,
You guys have a good day.
please go look up the ordinance, ma'am, that you say I'm violating. Officer, real quick. Officer, may I talk to you for another? Officer? Ma'am, please call your supervisor if you're going to come back out here. I want to speak to your supervisor because you don't know the law. I want to speak to your supervisor.
Bob said he'll give you a call. He's not going to come out here, but he'll give you a call.
You're a supervisor?
Yep.
Okay.
So what's a name and number he can contact
You don't need my information, ma'am. I can answer questions. Unless, if you give me a law ordinance I've broken, you'll get my information. Until then,
You just said you wanted to talk to my boss, and I just
Yeah.
said he will call you. So
yes.
how
And you
am I
don't
going
need.
to have him call you if I don't have your name and a phone?
Hey, he can come out here.
He's not going to come out here. He said he will
Okay.
call you.
He's
But
not.
he's not going to come out here.
Okay. I'll give you my number. That's all you're gonna get though. It's 316-737-5967.
Can I get a first name?
Oh, Nicholas is my first name.
Huh?
Nicholas.
Here's your ordinance.
Okay. Loud and unnecessary noise prohibited. Does that require a decibel meter reading, ma'am? Don't they have to measure that with a decibel meter? Ma'am, can you answer my question, please? Ma'am, do I need to file a complaint since you're not serving and protecting part of the public here? I'm asking you questions and you're refusing to answer some of them. That's not very professional for a law officer, ma'am. I hope you'll come back and answer my questions, ma'am.
You do not have to have a decimal out here.
Actually, the law said, can you bring that over here real quick?
I'm telling you, I called and spoke with the prosecutor. You do
Okay.
not have to have a decimal for that, okay? If I can hear you inside, which
Yeah.
I can, okay, he can bring it over here. I've already spoke to
This-
someone.
this-
I already
this-
have the ordinance.
Okay.
I've already looked it up.
Let's look at, okay,
so
we got the
we-
ordinance
we
here.
have
Hold
I'm
on.
not going to
table.
dispute this. I'm
We
going
have
to
a
let you
table.
know, okay?
Well, can we answer? You're saying I'm guilty of committing a violating ordinance.
I can't
So
hear
what's
you.
There is a decibel measurement at
There's
a given
not-
time.
there's not.
Yes,
Okay,
there
please
is
listen,
right
ma'am.
here in
Please
subsection.
listen.
That's fine. We're not in. You're not in the same
030.
subsection that we're in. So
It's
okay.
yes. Okay. Well,
There
here we
are
go.
several
In
different subsections.
in
Either
C
way,
of the
I'm
very
just
one
going to
in-
let you know. I didn't even put the subsection on there.
you don't even care about your own law
So,
that you're.
because
not even-
I just
you're not even
read it.
listening.
I just read it.
Well,
I
we're
know
reading it here. Maybe we're
And
trying to
I
read it to
spoke
you.
to the prosecutor before I
Okay.
came out here and said anything to you.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that what I said to you was correct, which is what I did.
Okay.
So I'm letting you know there does not have to be a decimal reading for this.
Ah, this says
That's
there
fine.
needs to be.
That's fine. So if it
It shall
goes
be
any
a
further-
defense to
Okay.
charges filed against pursuant
Okay.
to subsection of
So like I
section
said,
7
if they can hear you
41.
from inside,
Yeah.
okay, which I can hear you from inside.
Praise God. Praise God.
There you go.
He's
okay?
got 55 to
Then
60
go ahead.
decibels
Continue.
Yeah.
All
from
I'm
25
asking
feet away from him.
that you don't be so loud. And as a matter of fact, all he's asking is for you not to go down there. That's all he's asking for you to
Who's
not
asking me to do that?
Just not scream. The
Okay.
business.
Okay, well, my
So-
First Amendment right gives me the right to do that.
Okay.
Legal-
Again,
every legal right.
please continue to do what you're doing. If you feel that that's your right, I
Yeah.
am telling you
You know it's my right.
what it is.
officer.
If I knew that that was your right, sir, I wouldn't be here.
I don't believe so.
And that's fine.
You know the
That's
First
fine.
Amendment, right?
That's fine. Nobody's taking your First
You're
Amendment.
trying.
away.
You're
Okay?
telling me to keep it
I-
down. I'm not going to.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. Then again, deal with the consequences. It appears that you have dealt with consequences before.
Yeah, I've
So this-
dealt
you're
with other
no-
cops
you're-
like
this
you who
is
don't
not
know
new.
respect the law. I have.
I do respect the law.
No, ma'am,
sir.
you're not respecting the First
I
Amendment right
am.
now.
Yes, I am.
So,
what does
our-
the First Amendment say that I'm not allowing you to do?
My freedom of speech. You're trying
Which
to suppress
I'm not
that.
asking you not to talk.
You told me I could not raise my voice, right?
I did.
You asked me.
To where the business,
That's freedom
to
of
where that it's
speech.
bothering the business, and we have a city ordinance.
Ma'am, you're
that
bothering me
says
right
different.
now. Are you breaking the law right now?
I wouldn't be
You're
here
bothering
if
me
you
right
weren't
now.
doing it. That's fine.
Babies are being bothered to death. That should
Again,
bother you even more.
I'm not going to
right?
dispute that. I'm not going to dispute that because that is not something for me.
Can
I can't do anything about it.
if-
If I could, then I would.
Okay,
This business
um,
would not be here. But unfortunately, this is the way it is.
Yeah, babies are being murdered, and you're
Okay.
protecting the murderers. And I got to speak up for these children because you're not protecting.
And I'm not asking you not to.
Okay.
I'm not asking you not to do
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna keep raising my voice then.
Okay.
Is there?
And again,
And
you know
I-
what I've said. I've given you
Okay.
the ordinance,
Okay.
okay? If it continues and they do call back, because I've heard you in there, I can hear you in there.
Praise God.
So I know that it is bothering the business.
Oh, praise
If I have
God!
to come back-
Bothering baby killers. Praise God. Ma'am, I do. Are you gonna cite or arrest me if I continue? I do want to know that.
I'm not going to give you an answer, okay?
Well, just know you have to warn someone before you cite or arrest them. You have to warn them, and if you are, then I would. You need to warn me. But before that, I would request to speak to your supervisor.
Okay, and I told you he would call you.
Okay, he hasn't called me yet.
Okay, well, I haven't given him the message because
Okay.
I'm still out here tending to...
Okay. Okay. Well, And I hope that you'll serve and protect my freedom of speech. You're not protecting these babies, but protect my freedom of speech. Well, earlier you were violating it. You were telling me to keep it down. And so please protect my freedom of speech. And I'm going to continue to do your job, officer, because you're not doing it. Stop murdering children! God says you shall not murder! You shall not murder! Love your baby mama! Love your baby father! Your baby needs you right now! Your baby needs you right now! Love your neighbor! Praise God. Is there anything we can do to help you? Please love your baby. Don't let them do that to your baby. Love your baby. Your baby needs you right now. God says you shall not murder. If there's anything we can do to help you, let us help you. Cherish, love your baby.